Hello fans, friends, and family. Thank you for tuning in. As most everyone is aware, on March 16th, we were ordered by the state to close our doors. The doors are now not only shut off the revenue channels to support our family and employees, it also closed the doors to the artisans we support them. The past 8 months, we have been planning to open a reception for around Mother's Day for Arlene Figueroa's exhibition, Finding Her. Now, who would have thought we would be bringing it to you? The pandemic has made Brain Vessel drastically change the way we are doing business. We are currently in the process of adding all the inventory online. We've created a local pickup block box system out front of the gallery and are continuing to adapt our infrastructure to support it all. As a branding and marketing company, we feel it is our duty to provide ways for the artists to get their work out into the eyes of customers. In times like this, we need to be creative, inventive, and provide clever solutions to real problems. And that's what we've done. For the past 3 weeks, I've had friends and colleagues come out of the woodwork, taking time to help turn this from what was going to be a small production into something you're about to see. I am so thrilled to present to you first ever Brain Vessel's FAN-tastic virtual voyage, a creative exploration into the art that makes us. We hope you enjoyed this production as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. And together, we will weather the storm.
In 2013, when we started our company, Brain Vessel Creative, we were a marketing and design company. And we did marketing and design for businesses.
We worked on websites, worked with businesses, creating branding, logo design, illustrations. I did some animation work.
After we were able to get to the point where we could follow some of our passions, in 2015 we were able to do that and follow one of my passions, which was opening this gallery up. We're sitting in the main gallery right now, which is the main showroom of Brain Vessel. This is typically where we showcase the artists that we're representing for the month. We have about 120 people on average that come through here. For over 30 years, I wanted to create a space, never knowing what it was going to be. I knew that I wanted to help artists. What makes Brain Vessel so special is, not to be corny or anything, but it is the artist. It's what makes up Brain Vessel. Without them, we'd just be two guys and some artwork on the walls and maybe tea, I don't know.
I think as an artist, one of the hardest parts is trying to actually sell yourself and get your art in front of people. One of the things I really enjoy about the gallery is this is a way to get individuals' art out in front of a wider audience of people.
When I walked through these doors, there's a sense of tranquility that hit me, and just like seeing the work that is here in this studio, it's all on a level that inspires me to be a better creator. And so I had this kind of realization or moment where I was like, I need to be here and I need to be a part of this because it's so cool. And it's something that is not like anything else in this area.
Creating Brain Vessel Art Gallery was the perfect fit for us because having an art gallery was something Doug had always wanted, being an artist himself. And through the gallery, we were able to share not only just what we were doing as artists, but all of these other artists in our community.
Not only has it provided a place for these people to sell their work and showcase their work, it's also created a place for connection. In this day and age, you know, you can't get community just anywhere.
So I think art is real important right now because we live in such a divided world, divided country. Art, music brings us together. Perfect example is this production. Hopefully this has brought many people together that have never experienced Brain Vessel or seen it. The creative makes you happy, just like it makes me. I think together we will weather the storm.
So, here we are. We've got, I'm going to take this out. So we have hand sanitizer that we're giving away with any purchase of $50 or more on the website. It'll be an automatic thing where we'll send it out to you for the first come, first serve. We have about 36 of these that we'll be giving away. We have Caribbean Breeze and unscented, and this is all homemade. We also have posters, silkscreen posters as well, and they'll be signed by the crew. We also have stickers and some other things. I hope you're enjoying it so far, and coming up next is going to be Arlene Figueroa. She is our featured artist. We had planned the show about 8 months ago, and we were contemplating on whether or not to present it. And 3 weeks ago, like I said, here we are. So I'm going to take Bryce.
Hey, Arlene. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So, I'm really happy that I get to interview you again. Let's talk about your work. What specifically are these paintings?
So this was a creative process that I used as a way of getting inspired and kind of relaxing from the chaos that we can, experience in our daily life. So I use this as a way to tap into calm, kind of apply the brakes in life, and do something beautiful in the process.
So tell me about the ladies. Where do you get the inspiration for all the faces? And that's the last thing you put on, correct?
So what I do is, this is a totally intuitive process. Every painting when I started, I had no idea what I was doing. Go along with the process and the layers, I come to make the faces eventually. And then a final step, I will take a look at what I've created and decide what she needs to say. So I bring out my little book of poetry and I start finding.
So the faces are the next to final step. The words are the last thing.
The words are the last part of finding her. Yeah, is what she wants to say.
So is finding her helping her find her voice through these poems?
Exactly. And then it's actually me too, right? It's the whole creative process is just such a beautiful cathartic exercise to kind of balance out your life and, as I said, apply the brakes and just find that pathway to calm, which is so important.
So do you have one poet that you go back to?
Well, I'm very much a romantic. So one of my favorites is Lord Byron. He is actually echoed through many of the words that these ladies are saying. Blake is another favorite of mine. And yeah, I'm going to go with Byron.
So this media is correct. Can you tell me about some of the medium that you're using?
So I started off with this substrate, which is actually an MDF board. Sure.
Generally.
It's not an art supply, but I thought it would be a really good inspiration, and I really like acrylic, stamping, anything that comes to mind, whatever I feel like is inspiring. I go with.
Now, there's also layers that we really can't see, correct?
There are so many layers in here. Some of these are like probably 10 or 12 layers deep, and eventually some things get covered up, some things show through. And what's interesting is that you go through a lot of them, and I little nuances of words or fragments, and sometimes it's almost like they were supposed to show through. But again, that's that intuitive process. You just never know what's going to happen.
Now, we might even find some receipts from important dinners in here, right?
You will find, like, for example, in this one, I have a lot of memorabilia from a little vacation at FAN-tastic. You will find seats and probably miniatures, scorecards and maps, all sorts of things.
Now, I see lots of wings. Just looking down the row. Wings. Tell me about that. Butterflies, angels, birds. What's the importance? What's the symbolism?
So the intention behind this, when I sat down, I really wanted to I talk about doing soul retrieval, and I also talk about listening to your heart whispers. And then thirdly, I like to think of our spirit as having wings. So for me, it was a very symbolic, intuitive process. So the wings are really just sort of that creative strength. Take off and fly with.
So what was the term you used about your soul? Explain that to me.
Soul retrieval
Soul retrieval, yeah.
speaks to the art itself. Decided to sit down with the process. Getting in touch with that inner voice. I think for me, in terms of art is having a conversation. And so it's a nice way to just kind of check in with yourself. Share something. Soul retrieval.
Right. On a different topic, I was shocked to find out that by the quality. Is this your first show?
My first show.
Tell me how that feels.
I feel really honored, and I think it's hysterical that, here we are doing a virtual show, which hasn't been done before. It's a lot of fun. I like doing it.
And I watched you work. You get your hands into this. This isn't like fine brushwork all the time. This is your hands on.
I actually like the tactileness. I like getting my hands dabbling and stroking and whatever comes to mind. Yeah, do it all.
So what's through your mind right now? I mean, this is your first show. This is a whole new way to do an art show. How are you feeling? What are you thinking right now?
I'm feeling pretty awesome. I mean, it's really nice to be a part of this production. I can't believe what Doug was able to achieve in 3 weeks. And I'm just feeling incredibly.
So with social distancing and all of that, could you take us to one piece and show that to us?
Sure.
That's.
You know what? Is it okay if we go over there?
We'll follow you. Go ahead.
Okay. So these 3 actually were pandemic-inspired pieces. And I really like, but in particular, half broken-hearted and silent shapes. Something that just evoked during this time. A lot of introspective work.
The one down on the right, that seems to have a different vibe than some of the other ones.
One of my darker expressions, and it's as a result of experience. Sometimes our moods aren't upbeat, and this was a way of just kind of channeling that energy and still being really feminine. So it's a mixed emotion, but definitely shadowy expression.
Excellent. We'll talk more later. We're going to go over and talk to Cait Deane right now.
So my art is mixed media. I really had a lot of fun with this collection because it started on a whim. My son Chance and I were actually at Home Depot and we spotted this piece of MDF board in the bargain bin. And I looked at it, I'm like, wow, this is a really cool piece. I wonder if they can cut it down for me, and then I can use it as my substrate. So they did. And I just went home and started just pouring my heart into the art. And so, it started off as collage and I added some acrylics. And then I just went with an intuitive process. I had no idea what any of these pieces were going to be when they first started. So as I kind of just used my own intuition and started applying different mediums, things just started emerging. That's why I called the collection Finding Her, because it was as if I was finding myself again. And as each one came to life, she gave me a face, she gave me a feel, and then I would end up giving her her words at the very end. And so, Finding Her. When I do this, and when I sit down to intentionally apply the brakes and to have that conversation with my soul, I'm filling myself back up again. I'm replenishing my reserves. And it does affect every other aspect of my life, because when I'm able to replenish my own resources, I can show up the way I want to show up because I'm not drained and I'm not stuck in some crazy sympathetic overdrive, and I've had that balance. So I've had that nice calming pause. We're supposed to be connected, as human beings, we are social creatures, and so it's very important to have strong connections in a community that you feel aligned with. Every time I walk through this door, a smile is on my face and I can't wait to engage. It's been nothing but positive. Now it has just grown into a very accessible, supportive community of artists that just want to, promote and connect and help each other survive and thrive. And it's something that I really want to be a part of because it just feels like we're really looking out for one another. I am still working very much on creating more ladies. It's just where my mind is right now. I love the process. I sit down. It's turned into a habit at this point. And I like just sitting down with my still using my MDF substrate, and Scott up at the Home Depot knows who I am, and I'm just cruising right along. So when other people view my art, I hope it really speaks to their soul. When I was coming up with the title for this collection, I just settled on finding her because, in my world we talk about it as like a soul retrieval, or even listening for the heart whispers. What does your heart want to say to you? What does your inner self want to say? Because I really feel it's speaking on all of those levels. It's very introspective. And I hope that it touches upon someone else's inner voice and allows it to speak. So I want whoever buys my pieces to have a soul connection, right? I want it to touch them in a way that sort of inspires a little bit of a deeper introspective look within, because that's what this was all about.
You're up. Kaylin, go ahead.
Thanks, Arlene. Hi, I'm Kaylin, and I hope you're enjoying the live stream so far. And I'm going to be here with Cait Deane. So, Cait, what kind of art have you been presenting?
So today I'm going to talk a little bit about my pottery. The pottery I make is a stoneware, hand-thrown pottery, and then I carve it using a technique called sgraffito, which is basically carving through one layer to reveal a juxtaposing color underneath.
All right, very good. So how long have you been doing pottery?
I've been doing pottery for quite a while. I first started playing around with it back in 2012 when I was a senior in high school. I was dual enrolled in Hack, so I got my first taste of it then. Then I continued on to Arcadia University, where I got to major in pottery. And after that, I have been teaching in the Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania area for the past about 2 years. So,
All right, nice. How long have you been at Brain Vessel?
I've been at Brain Vessel just for a couple of months as an artist, but as a customer, I've been here pretty much since the beginning of the store.
All right, nice. I should have asked this in the beginning, but where are you from? Where's your studio at?
My studio is really in our garage right now. So my home studio is in the Carlisle area, but I do work at a couple of different studios, again, in the Central Pennsylvania area, one being Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg, and then York.
All right, so then what was your inspiration to making these different kinds of pieces and like the different patterns you can see here?
So I have a couple of different sources of inspiration, one being just at its most basic level. I love the way mandalas look, and when I was in college, I did a project that was a mandala every day for about a year, and I started doing it because I really had a hard time finding a way to meditate that was just sitting down and being still, kind of closing your eyes. I found that I had a really hard time just making my brain kind of focus and shut off. When I was doodling, though, I felt like I could get much more into like a trance-like state. So that's how the mandala a day kind of came. And then I took that idea and I brought it to my pottery.
All right, that's really cool. So like time-wise, how long does it take to make an average dish or something?
It really depends piece by piece. Probably a dish about the size of the ones that are shown here take about an hour and a half worth of carving. But that doesn't include the making the piece, putting the underglaze on it, and then carving it, and then firing it, and then taking it back out and sanding and glazing and firing it. And there's a lot of different steps to it. So
if that's not already included, what would the preparation look like?
the preparation for it, wedging up clay, throwing the clay, letting it get to a leather hard state, and then putting underglaze on it, letting it dry again. Again, it's one of those like huge multi-step processes.
Gotcha. Well, I think that's going to be it for your first interview. I'm going to hand it back over to the crew, and this was Cait Deane.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Reed Sandridge, the founder of Second Story Cards. We're a social enterprise that helps homeless women and men get back on their feet and into housing by creating greeting cards. They make these awesome cards. On the back, you'll see that they get 15% of the sales price of every card, and we donate an additional 10% to the charity of their choice. We're honored to be part of the Brain Vessel creative community. We know it's crazy times out there right now. Stay strong, stay safe, everyone, and together we'll weather the storm.
Hi guys, I guess we're back here. I apologize, we're having some sound issues with the microphones. We'll get that straightened out here. We have a couple. I'd like to give a shout out to SmartAcre. SmartAcre is a Web Dave, I call him Web Dave, he's a good friend of mine. He reached out to me during the pandemic and said, hey, I got some extra resources, is there any way I can help you? And so that's what's allowing us to get our website out, get all the products from the artists on there so that we can start creating revenue for them. During the pandemic, obviously a lot of galleries aren't open and a lot of shows aren't happening. There's a lot of cancellations coming up. So we're finding ways to get the work out there and expose it. We also have a building. We were there last year, and we don't know what the landscape's going to be there this year, so we're kind of a little hesitant on that, but we're making all the changes that we possibly can for Brain Vessel. So Second Story Cards that you just heard from, they've been a really good partner with us. Like you said, the homeless, that supports the homeless, 15% of the sales, which I think is a really cool thing, and they're really funny cards. The other company that has helped us out that you'll be hearing from in a minute is the ones that printed the silkscreen, Rock Mill Industries. They're down in Mechanicsburg, small business. Check them out. So I guess we're going to go to the videos next, and hope you're enjoying the show.
Hi, my name's Dave Snyder. I'm with SmartAcre, a marketing technology company. Our marketing teams help you create a strategy, develop proper messaging and positioning that will make you stand out from the competition. Our demand generation teams develop multi-channel campaigns, blending inbound, account-based marketing, driven by creative, visualized, and promotional content. Our technology teams audit, implement, and manage campaigns using marketing and sales automation to drive more leads, nurture with what you have, and help you close more won opportunities. Then, train you on how to use the systems. We deliver creative through website design, video, and graphic motion production. With complex app programming, API integrations, connecting all the technology you love. Together, we'll weather this storm.
Hi, my name is Logan from Rock Mill Industries, and together we will weather the storm.
I started working for a goldsmith in my hometown when I was in 10th grade, and I worked under him for 5 years. I actually already knew this is the career I wanted to go into the first year that I was working for him, so I pretty much was on that path since high school. I just am constantly making new pieces. A lot of my stuff is one of a kind, which I enjoy making the larger statement sterling silver pieces with different kinds of gemstones. I get my ideas just from my imagination. A lot of times I'll go off of a gemstone that I'm working with and think, oh, how will this look good? And then I think about how I would wear it. And I'll have custom pieces going, production pieces going, one of a kind for just stock inventory. And yeah, I've got stuff laying around everywhere. But new pieces that I've never done before and new designs are always the most exciting. I like going in my workshop every morning and getting to work. I've been making jewelry now for probably like 23 years, and I've just always been doing it, so I feel like that's just a part of me. Over the last 20 years, I have seen more computer design and mass-produced jewelry, and I really feel like I want to keep my designs completely done by hand, start to finish, because it's a kind of becoming more of a lost art. Brain Vessel has made a huge difference because I used to have a retail store locally in Harrisburg, which I ended up closing, and I fell into the friendship with Brain Vessel, where I put my studio, so it's worked out really well, where I direct my local customers to come in here by appointment to meet me for custom, and they can always find my work as well. My art is a part of who I am because I've been doing it for so long. I wake up, I constantly think about it every day. So many thoughts revolve around making, what I'm gonna work on. When I run into someone I know and they're wearing one of my pieces, I do feel happy, and I'll remember that piece, and it is like a part of my life, the time I spent making it, thinking about it, and I'm happy that they appreciate it, that they'll wear it.
Hey, Richelle, good to see you again. Yeah, you too. So sorry we're masked and I can't smile at you or anything like that.
My eyes are smiling.
There you go. So I know you're a metalsmith, and you've been making jewelry for how long?
Since '97.
So 20 plus years?
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused about something though. I talk with my hands, so clearly the mic didn't work. So I'm confused about something. You call yourself a metalsmith, but this doesn't look like blue metal. Can you explain this to me?
Yeah, this is how my designs start out, which is in wax. I do the lost wax casting process. So my originals are made from different gauge wires and sheet. And here is a finished ring in wax before I cast it into metal. And this is the exact piece that will eventually be metal. Here's one that I've started. I'm going to, well, I can't. It's going to be a bracelet top eventually, like this one here that I'm doing.
So tell me how, I mean, these are beautiful and sparkly and gorgeous, gorgeous work.
Thank you.
How do you translate something in this dull blue wax? How does it end up as beautiful, sparkling silver? That was a big sigh, by the way.
It's a process. It's, yeah, it's, in the morning I'll get to work and I'll have a tree of multiple pieces ready to go. I do a plaster investment in a metal container, and I will put
Wait, I'm sorry. You do a what investment? What's an investment?
It's like a plaster. It's a powder mixed with water, and then I pour it over the wax. It's like a liquid. It hardens, and when it's hardened around the wax, I'll put that in the kiln, and then while it's in there, the wax melts and evaporates. After a few hours, when it's ready, I'll melt the metal and pour that in the place of where the wax was.
Here, I'm going to pass my mic to you. Here, you take that one.
Thank you.
All right, so after that,
Yeah.
how do you get the gemstones onto the silver and gold? What's that process?
Oh,
Because I watched you do it, but
yeah, that's the metal smithing. So I'll have some raw castings that were, just cast, and I'll start the sanding, polishing, fabricating the bezels, which hold the stone setting. It's a little alcohol burner I have to heat my, well, I don't have a hands-free right now, but I basically, just heat my little tool up, and I attach the different pieces of wax together by melting more wax around it. And I mess around with different shapes and little designs until I'm satisfied with the way it looks.
So talk us through some of your pieces in front of you.
This is a new idea that I started doing with the bracelet. So this is cast on top with a fabricated cuff, and then I have the beads that I beaded around it. And I just love big rings. So I've got a moonstone and labradorite, one of a kind here in sterling. And this is my favorite stone that I have right now, which is just a quartz, included quartz crystal in a quartz with a nice big Tahitian pearl accented with amethyst. And then I also do 14 karat gold work. These are some new designs that I put out recently. I have a little trillion diamond and brown zircon in this ring, and a turquoise with diamond, and then some blue topaz, and I just love long dangly earrings too. So those are my favorites at the moment.
So I know there's a price difference, but what's the difference working between silver and gold? Is there a different process? Is it different tools? What's it like working with materials?
There isn't a different process with these metals. I would say gold's a lot cleaner. Silver, I use a hotter flame to get the solder to flow, and so there's slight differences there, especially with the bigger pieces too. And I love working bigger, so I tend to get a little, crazier with my designs in silver as well.
I mean, I'm assuming making bigger, bolder pieces is a lot more fun. Correct?
Yeah, for me it is. Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, we've heard you talk about your ideas, where you get your ideas from, but really, I'd like to hear more about where, like when you see people walking down the street with your work, how does that make you feel?
I'm proud of my work. I'm proud of every piece I put out there, and I'm really flattered that people, appreciate it and enough to wear it around and even maybe pass it down.
Yeah, so how does that make you feel that someone may inherit a piece of your jewelry that you gave to someone?
It actually does. It just fills me with joy. I don't know.
We can see it through the mask.
That's good.
All right, so what's next for you? What's next on the horizon? I know you like getting into your shop, but what are you doing down there next?
Oh, what am I making next?
Yeah.
What's
your idea? Are you doing something you haven't done before?
I have, these pieces. Just like messing around with different ideas, but, sticking to my same style. I feel like I have my own look, my own style. Like, you can tell my pieces, and I'm happy with, I'm just happy with where I'm at, doing what I'm doing, so.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
All right, well, next up, I think we're going to transition. We're going to go, I had the pleasure of performing at my house with Shine Delphi, and I think we're going to go to that video next.
All right.
We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
All right, you want to just give us a whirl, see what happens? Sure. You want to do that back time vocal?
Yeah, so it's like, can't nobody hide. All right, I got it. This Campbell's chicken soup is good.
All right. Literally never played together before. Let's see how this goes with gunfire in the background.
I know. That's a loud gun, too. I was like, what the heck?
welcome back. Next up is going to be Janet Mckelvey.
Tea is not just a drink.
Kaylin is going to take it from here, and she's going to be doing some stained glass work. Go ahead, Kaylin, take it from here.
Hey guys, welcome back to another interview. I hope you're enjoying the show. About 45 minutes in. So I'm here with Janet Mckelvey. So how are you doing today? I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm pretty good myself. So as we can see here, you do some stained glass. Is there any other kinds of art that you have here at the gallery?
I do some
Hold the mic up closer.
wood art and alcohol inks and acrylic paints. We different posters. We actually do painting class on canvas. We do inks and drinks, which is alcohol-based inks on ceramic tiles.
All right, very good. So here are some classes. What are those classes here?
Well, we have inks and drinks, which the students make ceramic
Who?
posters. They decorate
Hold closer.
themselves with alcohol inks. We do acrylic pouring classes, and I do that on canvas and on coasters.
All right, nice. So now getting into the process. So where are you from?
I'm from Camp Hill in Enola.
All right, cool. So then what kind of preparation do you need to be able to begin a new piece?
Well, the first step, most important step, is choosing the glass that you want to use. And, well, of course, the design. I make all my own designs. So that's where I start. And then you choose the glass. And I hand cut all the glass and then grind it. And then each piece needs a copper foil tape around it so I can solder it together. That's what I'm doing now. I'm kind of working on a little daisy. To make a stand-up flower.
All right. So then what kind of different tools would you use?
Well, the hand cutter, I just score the glass with this, and then I break it either with a grozer or a running plier. Grinder, you have to grind each piece. The foil, the fid is what you put the foil on with, and then soldering irons. A good soldering iron is important, and those are the main tools.
All right, so then on average, how long would an average flower take you to make?
I think it's probably 4 or 5 hours.
All right. Well, guys, this has been Janet Mckelvey. I'm going to hand it over to Bryson Chase. Thank you.
Hey, Chance.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not bad.
So, tell me, what are you working on here, man?
I'm working on a Tree of Life pendant, a rectangular one out of upcycled copper.
Close up to your mouth. There we go.
Upcycled copper from old televisions that I've salvaged from tag sales, old houses, even Verizon trucks because I use it for electrical work. And it's very malleable, and I find it's nice to upcycle wire.
So, like an older TV repairman would be your best friend right now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, speaking of that, tell me about this piece of broken stuff you have in front of you down here.
So this right here is the conductor. Don't quote me on any of this because I don't know how TVs work too well. But as I understand this, this goes around the glass tube that then spits out the image into the glass sphere. And then around that sphere is the thicker stuff right here. And this is the heavier conductor. And then this is, actually I forgot to mention, this is from well wire. So the particular wire was like 300 feet long. And then it was like in strange, it was like 600 feet, and it costs basically nothing because you can get it from anywhere. And yeah, it's perfect to use. It's even better than Michael's because it's the real stuff.
So out of any artist, you know your gauges of wire are probably better than anyone?
Pretty well. I mean, I got a little gauge down there. It's a metal circle. Tells you what you need to know.
So tell me, what are you working on again? Let's dig into some details here.
Working on a rectangle tree, like I said, and it looks kind of like these when you're done. Only there's one completed over there. I mean, that'll give you a better example. So basically, what you do is you put a whole bunch of strands at the bottom. You twist them up, which is what I'm doing right now, and then you release, and then you put the beads on, which I haven't done yet. But that fills in the leaves for you. And then after that, you get some alcohol swabs to get rid of all the germs and gunk that builds up on the wire. Because all this stuff is just raw. Like, I haven't done anything to it. Normally, I just sand it down and clean it. But, yeah.
So where do you get your ideas for your designs from?
My head. I mean, I kind of look at other artists, what they do, life, and I make it up and go with the flow. I mean, with this one, I didn't even know where I was starting. I'm like, okay, let's start from the right or the left. And they just twist it up and you make it look natural.
Well, tell me about this larger piece down front.
This one's actually a bit of a special one because this is out of the wire from our old house, which was on a farm. And this is, I don't even know, definitely over 100 years old. And it's quite brittle. And it works well for a nice rustic look with citrine. They're not gem cut, but they're stone chips. So this is upcycled as well.
Now, even though your mom show has a lot of her work, you were actually here first, right?
Yeah, I was.
Tell me that story.
Well, it's kind of a complicated one, actually. Oh God, this was a while ago. My mom originally, when we moved here, she had a friend that she went to school with a long time ago, and that friend was like really familiar with the area. And then when this store opened, she recommended it to my mom. My mom went there and talked, and she said what she did, and then mentioned me, and then they were interested in what I did. So I ended up coming up here, and then it went all together really nicely. And I'm happy for Doug that he accepted me.
Unlike Richelle, you have not had 23 years experience making jewelry.
Definitely not. No, I'm just saying more like 4, 5-ish years, because I started off with shark's teeth from Florida because we would go down there for vacations, and I'd like give them away to people. Sometimes they pay me $1, maybe not, but I was expressing myself through that.
So how does it make you feel now to walk into this great showroom with all these amazing artist work around you and see yours there as well?
I feel very fortunate, actually, out of all the people that are in the gallery and just like in the town, that I can be featured on live Facebook and be noticed as an artist.
So artists love to grow. What are you growing to next?
Expanding my business, maybe new tools. I usually invest in a lot of tools. This way I don't have a lot of money to spare. I go upcycle. That keeps me going. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at.
So tell me about the upcycle concept. Why is that so important to you?
Well, actually, it's really good because in a lot of modern stores, they overprice for wire. Like Michael's, they sell their copper, and it's not even that strong. Like you can bend it so easily. It's got that cheap kind of plating. With this, since it's upcycled, I mean, the chances are it's going to have more metal mixtures, and you can sand it down. It's just like this, probably 50 years old.
This was meant
it's
for
real
work,
strong.
right?
Yeah.
This is
yeah. So when you file it down, you're just getting the raw stuff. There's no coating or anything you got to deal with. So it's quality, and like you're not spending as much money, and you're putting garbage to good use, basically.
That's awesome. So if you had to come up with one term to call yourself as an artist, what would it be?
I don't know, recycler or no.
Would it be upcycler, jewelry maker? Because do you do more than jewelry, or is that your primary thing?
I do jewelry. I do hobbies around the house. I mean, I just got a jigsaw. I'm gonna mess around with some wood. I actually made this pen right here on the lathe recently out of copper bearings and some acacia. But yeah, I kind of do all this stuff.
Awesome. Well, it's good to talk to you. I think we're going to pass the microphones back over to the other side.
I just want to have a reminder to everyone that we do have hand sanitizer that we're giving away. It's a $50 purchase. You get a free bottle. First come, first serve. We also have the T-shirts that you can order online as well. And there's the front of the shirt. And then on the back of the shirt has like a tour poster kind of. So has everyone involved. We also have stickers and some other things. So I want to remind everyone that right now is a tough time for artists and small businesses for that matter in general. So we're doing our best to get the word out. And coming up here, we have Kaylin is going to be interviewing Michael and Jamie with some glass blowing. So they're going to be up on next. Kaylin, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Kaylin, you're up.
Welcome back to another interview, guys. So I'm here with Jamie, Duncan, and Mike Peluso. So how are you guys doing?
Good, and yourself?
I'm once again good. So
Great.
So both of you do glass blowing, correct?
Yes.
Is it any different type of glass blowing?
Jamie focuses more on the solid flamework stuff. I do a lot more of the solid, the blown glass out of the furnace. This is obviously more portable. I do a lot more of my teaching off of this and a lot more of my production work off of that.
All right, so I have a question for Jamie now. So I heard you two are quarantined together. So how's that working out?
It's been a lot of fun. We've been making the best of it, staying, you know what I mean, close together, but obviously distancing. But I used to be a chef of a restaurant, so Mike is taking advantage of all the meals that I cook, and we're just trying to hang in there until it's all clear.
I gotcha. So what different tools do you use to make these different pieces?
A couple different tools. A lot of our tools are actually shaped pieces of graphite. So the main material is graphite, and this is regular old pencil lead that you would use in school, and it could be molded into a marble mold, as Jamie's using right now. Big blocks of graphite allow us to raise our work up, to get some angles on it, to flatten it certain ways. We also have metal tools, such as scissors, tweezers, various tongs. Sometimes we'll even get like a leaf mold, help us make leaves. So there's a lot of different tools that we can create. Some of these tools are around 2,000 to 3,000 years old and have not changed.
All right, nice. So then, on average, how long would it take for you to make one simple piece, such as a vase?
Maybe a vase, depending on the pattern. A vase like these two here, the one on the left might take 2 hours, as the one on the right might take 20 minutes. So the process really has to do with more so the design within the glass, as opposed to the vase itself. But on average, 45 minutes.
All right, nice. So then, what kind of preparation do you need to do before creating one?
Well, lots of times, Jamie, with his work, he'll have to do a lot of pre-designing with the colors, or I'll do some setups, like to make a simple goblet like this. I might do a setup with a bubble like this before I work it out to give you complicated levels of clear and then cobalt and then so on.
So then, speaking of classes, as we have mentioned before, where's that interest in for you? Brain vessel.
I've been teaching for about 15 years now. I've been blown glass for about 20 years. I'm out of Elizabethtown, PA, but I do a lot of my teaching here at Brain Vessel. We have a flower class. We end up doing shot glass classes. We do a lot of themed different events here at a Brain Vessel. Of course, this is all prior to the quarantine.
All right, very good. So that's going to wrap it up for our first interview with Mike and Jamie. Handing it off to the next video. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jean Van Brederode from Trondheim Shore Studio in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I run a teaching studio here where I have artists come in mostly for metalwork and enameling all year long. My work is metalwork, jewelry making with silver and copper. I also use a hydraulic press and a lot of enameling in my work. Here are some examples of my pieces that you might see at Brain Vessel. So one day, come to visit, and I hope to see you there.
Next, I don't want to say one of my favorites because no, everyone's a favorite to me. John is very close to Brain Vessel. We've done playing cards and some accessories with him, the wooden boxes and what have you that you can see online. And John is also at the Renaissance Fair with us, so I think he's going to talk a little bit about what we do there. And I'm going to send it off to the documentary now of John, and then there'll be an interview. So go ahead, take it away.
Oh, sorry about that. We thought we were going to a documentary. So I'm here with John Carraher, as you just saw in the preview. So John, what kind of art do you do?
So most of my work is fantasy-based, mythical themed oil paintings. I have one right here.
What kind of paint do you use, like as an example?
So all my paintings are oil paint.
All right, that's cool. So, like, on average, how long would it take for you to make one painting such as this size that you're making right now?
So, with this size here, the average time from start to finish with sketching it out to transferring that onto here and having a finished painting, I would say between 30 and 40 hours.
Nice. So then what steps would you take to prepare? Would you have to do a sketch before, or what would you do?
Typically, it's kind of whatever comes to me. I might start off with a dream, and I might do a quick doodle and kind of go from there. I might do another sketch, and then eventually I'll get to putting that sketch into a finished piece, whatever surface I'm working on.
So then speaking of the Renaissance Fair, as Doug has mentioned to us, how is that working out for you?
That's been a lot of fun and a really great step into something bigger. I used to be a guest vendor there the past couple of years, just doing a few weeks at a time, but now we're doing the full season.
All right, so then moving on to your other types of art we have here, which was just displayed. Can you explain to us the playing cards that you have helped create?
So the playing cards, I have a bunch of stuff right here behind. That was about a 6-month process. Oh, am I switching microphones now? So that was about a 6-month process of laying out all the different cards and details, and then going into painting each little scene and all the different characters and elements for the cards. And then after that, we went into taking all those paintings and putting them into digital format to basically turn them into all the awesome products.
All right, that's really cool. So next up, we're going to have Kevin playing some music, so I'm going to hand it off to him.
I've always had a very crazy imagination ever since I was a little kid and loved experimenting with all kinds of medium and art. As far as back as I can remember, when I was a little kid, my mom would set a stack of paper on the coffee table and I'd just sit there and draw for hours. The more I did and the more I practiced, the more I liked it, and now it's become a very relaxing thing that I love to do every day. A lot of my work is fantasy, mythical themed, a lot of fairy tale scenes, and a lot of it is through imagination and visions and dreams that I've had. My story with Brain Vessel has kind of started out with, just driving by so many times and seeing little things in the windows, and I think I need to check that out. And one day my wife surprised me and signed me up for a meeting with Doug, and so that's where it all kind of started, with having an interview, and Brain Vessel has definitely helped me with growing as an artist as far as the way we've done some of the different gallery shows, and then working with them to put together the Fawn playing cards. The collaboration with everyone at Brain Vessel has been very important. Working with Doug and Jason has really expanded on being able to get out there in different ways, and their expertise on marketing and being able to reach out further has really been big. What I want others to experience through my art is I want to be able to tell a story about an element or a character or a scene, and have somebody be able to walk into that and become part of the story and be able to share in that story.
All right. right, thanks for coming back. Thanks for staying with us, actually. I know we're having some challenges with sound and what have you. We apologize. This is our first time, so stay with us. There's still some awesome content. Next up, we have Kevin Koa. He is going to be playing a song called Feel Great. So, is everyone feeling great? Let's do it. Kevin, you're up.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I wrote this earlier this week. Hey, I feel great. Was it part of the plan, or did I get here by mistake? And I feel fine. Was I in on the joke, or at the end of a punchline? And I'll never know for certain, and I'll never know what's right. And can you open up the curtain? It's just too bright. Still I can try to see. Still I can try to see, yeah, yeah. 2 feet in front of me, that's good enough for now. And so, how do you know? Did you read it in a book, or did they tell you on a news show? 'Cause I don't believe a thing you say. 'Cause I saw you lose your temper over something you can't change anyway. 'Cause I'll never know for certain, and you pretend like you know what's right, but you become a different person every night. Still I can try to see. Still I can try to see, yeah, yeah. 2 feet in front of me, that's good enough for now. It's good enough for now. It's good enough for now. I'll never know for certain, and I'll never know what's right. And can you hand me my sunglasses when it gets too bright? Oh yeah. Still I can try to see. Still I can try to see, yeah, yeah. 2 feet in front of me, that's good enough for now. Still I can try to see. Still I can try to see, yeah, yeah, yeah. 4 feet in front of me, that's good enough for now. It's good enough for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. I wish we could play more. Do you want to play another song? Can we fit that in, Jason? Sure. I'll tell you what. Go ahead. Play another song. Let's do it. All right. Kevin Koa again. We want to hear him play, don't we? All right. Go for it.
All right. This one I wrote a long time ago, so I hope you like it. Hold it down. I've been so open now. I'm like a canvas spread on wooden reeds. Tied things tight, they started off on the right foot. My boots, they're walking out. No, wouldn't you know I've mistaken you for someone? Well, I should have known, yeah. I know, wouldn't you care if I were here or there? been so cross-eyed now, I'm like a blind man walking these streets. Everyone I meet, they're all staring at me in the wrong way, no, the right way it seems. And I said, oh, wouldn't you know I've mistaken you for someone? Well, I should have known. No, wouldn't you care if I were here or there? No, I should have known. I said, oh, wouldn't you know I've mistaken you for someone? Well, I should have known. No, wouldn't you care if I were here or there? No, well, I won't, well, I won't, well, I won't. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right, next up we have, thank you very much, Kevin, for singing that encore here. Awesome. So next up is a video from Maureen Joyce. During this production, we were having a challenge trying to fit everyone into it. So we've done a couple things that you'll see throughout the production of getting others involved. I really wanted to be Maureen to be part of this. She does the face mugs and stuff. You can see her link on Facebook. She's doing a demonstration of raku in this next, and I want to thank her and her daughter for sending this in and getting this to me. So next up is just a little demonstration. We do classes with Maureen as well, raku classes, and make a face mug. So next up is Maureen, raku.
Raku. Maureen Joyce Artworks here today. Let's do this. Gonna get hot in there. About 1,700, 1,800 degrees right now. I used a glaze called Clear Crackle. The premise of that glaze is that it melts at a different temperature than the clay itself. You can see the shine. I'm gonna wait here before, and here she goes. More love. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, my name is Jim Reed from Mechanicsburg, PA. I've been a woodworker for now about 4 to 5 years, and I met Doug a few years back at an art show, and he ended up commissioning me to build a few pieces at the gallery there. And since then we've become pretty good friends, maybe really good friends, I don't know, depending upon who you ask. but he's doing a really good thing there at Brain Vessel, and it'd be great to get on, watch the video, and help support. So together, we can weather the storm.
Hi, this is Stevie from Stevie's Bistro in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. We're a breakfast, brunch, and lunch restaurant. We've been open for almost a year, and together, we'll weather this storm.
Hi, this is Kurt from Legacy Towing Company. And what do you need to weather this? This is something to help you weather the storm.
OnSong is an app that turns your iOS device into a portable library that you can use to take your chord charts anywhere with you to practice or perform. It can be used to import, organize, and edit your songs. Pull sets from your songs library and share them with your band without the hassle of paper. Transpose keys, apply capos, and customize everything to your liking, all with the brush of your finger. All this in a simple, compact solution. OnSong. Transform your music, transform your world.
Hi, welcome back. So I want to thank OnSong, advertisement for OnSong. Jason Kickline, who is working the sound and stuff right now and the live editing. I want to thank him so much for taking his time out to help us and get this all put together. It's really awesome. So I have amazing friends, and one of them is actually going to perform for you now. His name is Dave Harris. He's from Connecticut. A good friend of mine. He used to be in a band called Plainside, if you've ever heard of them. Wonderful band. Anyway, he's going to play a little song for you, and we'll see if he messes up or not. Take it from here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Dave from the band Plainside, and I just want to thank Doug and everybody at Brain Vessel for giving us all this opportunity and a platform to kind of reach the world, and in a time where we're all kind of so isolated. Got a nice fire right here, so I'll serenade you with this song called Waiting. We got something nobody knows. What's the line?
It's better than.
Oh yeah. We got something nobody knows. It's better than nothing else. No, nothing comes close like a reflection of you back to me. You were just waiting to be set free. This is a wave goodbye to you. I'll see you later if we make it through. And even if this is some old dream that'll never come true, I'm waiting. I'll be waiting here for you. When there's someone you've got to be, it's things you gotta let go. We'll come back eventually. It gets tricky, the ins and the outs. You've got all your reasons, and I've got all my doubts. This is a wave goodbye to you. I'll see you later if we make it through.
always remember you with a smile for a very long time. Maybe every once in a while you'll think of me. You shine on. This is a wave goodbye to you. I'll see you later if I ever do. Broken, I need fixing, and maybe you do too. So I stop waiting, waiting around for you. I'll stop waiting, waiting around for you. I'll stop waiting if you want me to. Stay safe, guys.
All right, guys, so I'm back here with Jamie, Duncan, and Mike Peluso. So how's it going with your projects?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right, what about you? You need a mic.
Yeah, everything's coming out fine. You know, we're just getting our work done. It's just a little different atmosphere, but
All right,
still able to do my thing.
Nice. All right, so then what are each of you making right now?
Right now, I'm making a little vortex pendant with a swirl.
What about you, Mike?
I'm making goblets.
Oh,
because
nice.
people need goblets, I'm sure, at this time.
So then after this, what are the next steps you'll take to keep continuing?
Well, I just made a foot to a goblet, and I'm trying to do a complex color pattern. So I take a chunk of blue, and I connect it to a chunk of clear, like so. And that's my prep work, as we were talking about earlier. Don't grab that. And then I make a little blank, such as so, and that then gets shaped in to a goblet. And that's pretty much simply explained. Jamie has a much more complex process to get his layers of color into his pieces.
All right, nice. So that's our first progress report with Jamie and Mike. So pass it over to whoever's next.
Awesome, thank you.
Hi guys. So next up we have Shine Delphi. He's going to be performing a song for you, and you saw him earlier in the segments, I believe. Shine's a great friend of ours here at the gallery. We have his CDs available for purchase as well online. Make sure you support local art too, and local musicians and local art. Are we ready, Shine? Yeah, that's a yes. All right. Shine, take it away from here. Thanks, buddy.
All right, folks. How y'all doing out there? My name's Shine Delphi. I'm gonna play y'all some songs. Just walking along on an old dusty trail, dirt below my feet, but there's wind in my sail, carrying me down to the river below. Maybe I will find that missing part of my soul. so long since I've seen you now. 3,000 miles, and I wonder how does it all work out? And when I sit and I think of all of these things, well, I see that my life, it ain't nothing more than a beautiful dream. I'm ready for some things to change in my life. Maybe you could be. Oh, pretty mama, just what I need to help me find my way. I'm ready for some things to change in my life. Maybe you could be. Oh, pretty mama, just what I need to help me find my way.
Thank you very much, Shine. That was awesome. All right, so next up, we're going to have an interview with Arlene, checking up on her and what she's doing over there. And that'll be done by Bryce. So I think we're ready for that. We ready for Arlene? All right, in the meantime, I want to make a reminder that we do have the t-shirts and the posters and stickers and stuff, so go online, check those out, and help support local artists. We got Bryce with Arlene now.
Back again.
Hey.
So, looking at your work, what do you want someone to feel when they see your paintings?
Oh gosh, I hope they're inspired. I hope it speaks to their soul and, you know, it hits a part of them that maybe they didn't know they were aware of, or it just inspires them.
So, having just met you fairly recently, you strike me as someone who wants to live an artful life. So what does that mean? How do you live an artful life?
Well, I've always been a creative, and I do a variety of arts. I'm also the mother of 3 children, and we homeschooled for many, many years. Art was a huge part of our education because I think it taps into a part of our mind, that creative part, that we need to balance. So for me, you know, the painting, this mixed media painting is one of my newer endeavors, but I've always been dabbling in the arts because I find sanctuary in it.
And so what's that do for your soul?
It fills my soul. I mean, we need to take time to replenish and restore our reserves. When you can turn off the busy, chaotic world as you hear
like the sirens going past.
art can fill that reserve. So, You know, it's really important to intentionally do that, though, because sometimes we get in the habit of being busy. And when we do that, sometimes we can let life pass by. Art is a way of just intentionally slowing down for me and enjoying it.
And do you find it difficult to carve out that time to create?
No, not at all. If you make it a habit, if you make it an intention, it's easy to do.
So it's a priority for you.
It is a huge priority for me. I make it a priority. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, I think now we're going to turn it over to Cait Deane, and we'll pass the mics across the window.
All righty. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back to another interview with Cait Deane. So how have you been working on your piece?
Well, as we discussed earlier when we asked about how long it takes to complete a piece, right on cue, about an hour and a half later, we have this piece almost finished up. I'm just finishing up with the rim here, and then this graffito part, which is the carving in again, is going to be finished with this piece, and I'll move on to the next one.
Nice. Is there anything you're going to have to do to finish it, like after you're done with the designs?
Yes, absolutely. As I discussed before, ceramics is a process that's multi-step. So after this part, I'm going to let it get bone dry, which means there's no moisture in the clay at all. Then we're going to fire it for a first time. That's called the bisque firing. And then we're going to take it out, sand it down, glaze it, put it back into a kiln again, and then fire it for a second time called a glaze firing. Take it out again, sand it, do any final touches to the piece, and then it'll be ready for sale or finished.
So I might have asked this before, but once again, what part of this takes the longest?
Oh my goodness. Probably this part takes the longest, which is the carving. But that's not carving it is what takes me the longest. Firing it probably is the process part that takes the longest, just because it takes, about 12 hours for a kiln to heat up and then 12 hours for it to slowly cool.
All right, very good. So next up, we're going to have Richelle, Leigh with Bryce.
Actually, we're going to me. Surprise, Caitlin. So during the break here, we had someone ask about the Michael Peluso's hummingbird feeders. So I'm going to try to get this up close to the camera here. So this is one of the hummingbird feeders. So this comes out, and then you put the sweet stuff inside, and then you got the part for the bird. So there we go. So once Caitlin does another interview with Mike, she can ask him more about the details of how this is made and the glass that it's made out of. I believe next we have Richelle with Bryce. Oh, we gotta get the cameraman over there first. So hang on 1 second while we do that. Reminder that we do have hand sanitizer free with every $50 purchase. And we have some posters. They are selling online, so I don't know how many we have left, but they are selling. And we also have the t-shirts. So make sure you help support us and the artists with us. And we're gonna head over to Richelle. Take it from here.
Hey, Richelle, we're back. Looks like you've been busy while other people have been playing music and talking. What's going on here?
Yep, I finished up this ring, or what is this? Oh, it's going to be a bracelet top. And I have it symmetrical on each side, and then I'll have a hammered cuff, and I'm thinking about faceted pyrite beads on each side.
So speaking of, what kind of stone is that?
This is a jasper. It's got a lot going on. I like jasper because they're all different colors and different patterns that occur naturally.
So it's like turquoise. Everyone's completely unique, even though you see lots of it. There's no one that's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, I always think they're interesting.
All right, so I'll ask you the same question I asked Arlene. What's it mean to live an artful life?
Well, I don't know what it means, but it's just what I do. Every day am creating, making something. So it's how I live my life.
And you clearly carve out time to get into the studio every day, right?
Yeah.
You said it's one of your favorite things to do.
Yeah, it's never changed, never gets dull, and I'm always excited about what I'm making.
Awesome. It shows through the mask. All right, so we're going to take the mics and pass them through the window again.
All right. Thank you.
Up to me. All right. So it looks like next we have an interview with Janet Mckelvey. Mckelvey? There we go. Mckelvey. I always pronounce her name wrong, and I apologize. Anyway, so next we have Kaylin with Janet.
Hey guys, so I'm back here with Janet. So, Janet, it seems like you finished off the flowers. So how did that all work out?
Oh, it worked out really well. I got it all finished, and now I'm starting on a little forget-me-not.
Gotcha. So I noticed that like the flower stems are different colors. So why is that?
Well, I use copper tubing for the stems on the daisy, so I like to put a patina on the metals, on the solder. In nature, metals naturally patina and become different colors, but that takes a long time. So I have a chemical that causes a chemical reaction, does the same thing.
Nice. So I see you have like little boxes with rocks. When would you add that to the flower?
Now it's ready. It's all done. So I just
Gotcha.
stick it in there and throw some rocks on, and it's ready to go.
I gotcha. So is there any other process piece to this one that you would like to add?
Not really. I think that one's done.
All right. So this was the part 2 from Janet. So I'm not sure who this is going on to next, but take it away.
All right. It's going to me. All right. So let me see here. Next up is going to be Chance Figueroa. Does the pendants and Tree of Life pendants. So we're going to switch cameras. We're having a little bit of challenge with we had some technical issues earlier. Now we have the mic issue, which is just kind of sharing that mic so that we can get this done. Next up is going to be Chance Figueroa. Take it away.
Chance, looks like you've been busy as well. Tell me what progress you've made.
I actually have. I have taken some gem cut garnets and I've put them on this disc that I've made 2 of as of earlier. And it's starting to look like the right part of the tree is filling in. Now it is a little bit thick over here and it is going to smoothen out and it's going to go thin towards the bottom and kind of overlap towards the roots where I'm going to curl them up later.
So after you get that part done, the roots, what's next for this piece?
I'm probably going to file down the top and maybe do a wire weave so that way all this is covered and it looks kind of like a felt pattern and there's little fibers coming out and it'll make it look nice. And maybe some little curly cues in the end to hide the facets that I've put there.
It's to make it look more finished.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I do on bigger pieces.
Cool. So let me ask the same question I've asked everybody else. What's it mean to you to live an artful life?
Oh, that's a tough one. I just like making stuff, honestly. Ever since I've grown up, I like to either screw with things or just like make new inventions, work with what I got.
So you're either taking it apart or making something new out of what you've taken
apart? Oh yeah,
apart?
I love taking things apart, especially technology. It's really epic. But this is where I'm at. I've been here for a while and I'm happy with that.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to explore in this realm?
I mean, I'm fine. I've said all that needs to be said. I'll answer any questions though.
Awesome. All right, well, I think we'll pass the mics back over.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got get my mic on there. So is going to be, we had a request for Michael Peluso to show his hummingbird feeders for a customer. So he's going to be kind of explaining the glass blowing and the process of the hummingbird feeder and how he makes those. There's a different type of glass I think that's used that they're using right now. I think it's a little bit different for the glass. Again, I want to thank everyone for staying with us as we had some technical difficulties, but we've never done this before. This is a 2-hour production. We've done this in 3 weeks. We are very proud of what we put together, and we're also very proud of the fans and everyone that came together to support this. So next up, we have Kaylin again with Michael Peluso and Jamie. you're up.
All right, welcome back once again to Mike and Jamie. So you can see that they're in their final steps, and I was told to ask you to elaborate on the hummingbird feeders.
Okay, well, my hummingbird feeders are essentially, they're actually best of both worlds. I really like to do the stuff off the torch, and I really like to do the stuff at the furnace. This is combining both, as the borosilicate glass here is very fire resistant and a little bit stronger. So that would be what the hummingbirds actually would sit on, and that gets inserted into basically, it's kind of a modified Christmas ornament, if you would. So this is a two-part process that I have to make these from two different areas. When I put them together, and I can do various colors to match. If you want to glow in the dark for this thing here, I can do that for the flower at the top. And there. Anything else?
That's cool. So then I see you have a case of different things, if you would like to talk about those.
Well, what I made today was a actual galaxy marble, which is basically just silver smoke trapped inside of a marble. And then the backs are very different than the inside. So that was what I worked on today. I had a little extra time, so I did make a vortex pendant, just kind of like that.
Those are really neat.
So I made one of each today because that had plenty of time. And I just want to give shout outs to Brain Vessel for having us here. It's been a lot of fun. We have glass we order from Whale Apparatus. We get our oxygen from Cunningham. We usually do vending at festivals and stuff like that. So Share Fam, you guys are all, you know what I mean? Much love to everybody who's staying safe. And
all right, that's really neat, guys.
Anything else, Mike?
No, I think that's all. Thank you very much, Jamie.
All right, guys, so we're going to switch you over to the next segment. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jamie.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I got chicken in the frying pan, and I don't give a hot damn. Got chicken in the frying pan, got a hot date coming tonight. Oh, baby, got biscuits in the oven, homemade biscuits in the oven, homemade biscuits in the oven. Gonna give me some loving, got a hot date coming tonight. And you know I'm feeling fine, and you know I'm looking swell. Oh, mama, if you couldn't tell, I got that hot date coming tonight. Her knocking at the gate. I told her don't be late, I don't wanna wait. Got a hot date coming tonight. Oh mama, now come on in. I got whiskey or gin, whatever you say. Got a hot date coming tonight. Oh, and you know I'm feeling fine, you know I'm looking swell. Oh mama, if you couldn't tell, I got that hot date coming tonight. And you know I'm feeling as I should when I got that hot date. Oh, that hot date. See you later, baby. Alright, what you got for me here? Your breakfast, yeah, I'll cook your breakfast. Oh, ham and eggs, spread the legs, baby, yo. I got a hot day coming tonight. Mommy, you stay till the morning. I bet you be moaning. Stay till the morning, I bet you be moaning. Got a hot day coming tonight. And you know I'm feeling fine. You know I'm looking sweet. Mama, if you couldn't tell,
you. That was great. Are you kidding me?
All
That
right,
was
next we
awesome.
have,
That was
we
perfect.
do have another check-in with John Carraher on his painting that he's working on. During this time, I want to kind of showcase his cards a little bit and kind of give you a little bit of a taste of what they are. So these are available online. We have two different types. We have the Faune Veiled, and then we also have the Faune Vibrant. We also have a box that we made, actually Whiskey Inspirations, which is another artist of ours, makes the boxes, and then it's engraved with all the artwork of John. So check these out online, and we're going to go to John now.
All right, so I'm back here with John Carraher once again. So it seems like you've added a lot to this painting. So where are you going to go with this?
So I'm very close to finishing this piece. Tonight I've been working on what's front and center with the possum mother and her little babies, and a lot of the little details with the ferns and the moss. So yeah, another few hours, and that means 10 to 12. I'll probably have this finished.
All right, so do you have any idea of where this idea came from?
So this was just a vision that came to me with, I wanted to do something with a possum, and the forest and the hollow log just sort of came to me from there.
All right, I got you. So that looks very cool right now.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Next up, we're going to have Shine Delphi once again for another live performance.
I wonder if you ever really know these feelings that I could not show. Those words I couldn't say, but maybe, just maybe it's okay that I try to keep it all to myself. But I don't want to lose you, oh, I don't want to be as lonesome as I used to be. You showed me a side of myself that I thought was dead, but you bring it out, and I thank you, my friend. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. I see those eyes, well, it makes me wonder why all you had to leave. 'Cause you made me laugh, oh, but then you made me cry. Well, I guess it just wasn't the right time. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. with the next chapter of my life. Oh, but hopefully it won't end the same this time. Well, I need to look inside myself and find these things I haven't ever seen. And maybe find those pieces I'm missing. Singing loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day. Sing it loud, oh, sing it proud, and now smile, and now smile, and now smile, 'cause today is a new day.
Hi, this is Anya the Micro Faircraft, and together we will weather the storm.
Hi guys, welcome back. So we got a message from Megan Clark, who was looking for whether or not the Songs That Shine was playing are on a CD. They are not, but you can download it on Spotify as well. And the CD is amazing. I want to introduce the next segment. Robert Wertz is the owner of Igneous Rock Fountain. He's the owner of the property, and he's the owner of the property here, and he has allowed us to kind of broaden our spaces and allow more opportunity for artists. My mic. Be able to help us give the space that is provided for the artists. So downstairs, if you're not familiar, we also have a place called the Makeship. The Makeship is a place where we do classes and workshops, and we also have our little workshop down there for printing and what have you. We also share the Igneous Rock showroom, which is a great venue, and we also can host for events and what have you. So if you have a business and you're looking to do some events, reach out to us. You can go right on the website and reach out to me. Robert is a very special person here for us because he provides us a lot of space and opportunity. So I'm thankful that he's part of this. And if you've never been to the gallery, next time, well, if you come here, make sure you go to the courtyard. And it's in the building behind us. The courtyard is absolutely stunning. And in the video, you'll see some of the rocks. So we're going to take it to the next video. And thank you, Robert, for all the things that you do for us.
My primary medium is Beaver Canyon andesite. It's a slender, colorful, columnar lava stone from northern Washington State. I was a landscaping designer, landscaping contractor for many years, and I walked up to the entrance of the bonsai studio at this nursery and saw a sample of this stone, and my eyes fell on it right away. Water was flowing out of the tops. I thought, now that I like, because I spent a lot of time looking at garden centers and scouring the internet, looking for self-contained water features that I like the aesthetic of. And what's nice about this stone is you don't get tired of looking at it, and it's a generational thing. It's 45 million year old stone, so it's going to last longer than we will, and pass it on to the next generation. I remember when I was a teenager looking out the window when I worked for my dad, and I looked outside and I saw the guy cutting the grass, and I thought, man, I want to be him. Have my own truck, the windows down, driving, and I started that. I bought a truck and trailer and had the lawnmowers and all that, and that didn't last very long. It just wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. So then I got into the more artsy end of landscaping. That even got to the point where it was so competitive. I didn't have as many customers who wanted what I enjoyed to do. And the older I get, the more I want to have fun. And when I saw this stone for the first time, it was just the coolest thing ever. And then when I learned the history of it and the science of it and where it came from and met the guy that quarries it and liked him so much, I thought, this is what I want to do when I grow up. And I haven't gotten tired of it. It's the outlet for my creativity with a natural material that I really enjoy. And it's also the satisfaction of giving something that's that cool to somebody to enjoy. You see people's eyes when they're going by you at an art show. Some people it just doesn't even register. And other people, you see them coming and they go, oh, wow. Wow, look at this. Honey, look at this. And they dragging whoever they're with over and say, look at this. What is this? I've never seen anything like this. And it's like, yep, you get it. You're a kindred spirit. I think being part of a community of artists like Doug and Jason, you see other people that are struggling, so I'm not the only one that's struggling. A lot of artists languish because they're not getting the feedback and they don't have the opportunity for people to see it. If people see it, they would love it. They don't see it. This gives people an opportunity to get eyes on it and also to get around an atmosphere of other artists and people that are passionate about what they do. So even though the art is different, there's a lot of commonality in the enterprise of it. I feel very blessed to be able to do this for a living. I would want to do it anyway, and I get to do it every day. I love this cast of characters around here, and I appreciate my customers who make that possible.
Hi, my name is Cora Odell. I am an artist and maker, and I have been sewing face masks for people in my community and around the country. Together, we will weather the storm.
Hi everybody, Deb Krager here from my home studio. I'm a watercolor and water media artist. Together we'll weather this storm with love and compassion. I miss y'all. Bye.
Hello, Peluso, glassblower here in Elizabethtown, PA, and I want to let you know that together we will weather the storm.
Just to wrap up, how does it make you feel now to know that your paintings are in people's homes?
Wow. Honored, blessed. I'm very happy for them. I mean, really, I hope that my art touches their soul and gives them as much joy as it gave me to make it. I feel really good about it.
And to everyone watching, what would you like to say to your fans who love your paintings?
Oh, thank you so much for supporting me. I hope it gives you many years of enjoyment, and thank you.
Awesome. We're going to pass it back over to the other side.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back. So we'll be going to Cait here to follow up with her and send her off, I guess. She's making some pretty cool progress over there. I wanted to mention that we do have these on our website. We have a bunch of masks that were handmade by Cora. She works down at the Market Restaurant. which is I think 3700 Market Street. It's my favorite place. I'm very sad that they're closed right now for sit-in. It's my place to go. But anyway, we have a bunch of different masks. They're online. You can check them out. Really nice, really well made. Next is going to be Cait Deane and Kaylin. So go ahead, Kaylin, take it away.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here again, once again, with Cait Deane. So, you've started a new piece. So, how's that working out for you?
It's good. Thanks for asking. I finished up this first piece here, and then I'm going to let it dry. So, I started on a second platter. Similar process, just freehand carving.
Gotcha. Is there any like special type you're trying to make this time, or is it all kind of?
When I started design, I don't have a particular idea in mind. I usually just kind of let it flow.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add for your last progress report, if you want to call that?
Nothing for the progress report, but I would absolutely like to say thank you so much to everybody who's watching. Thank you to Brain Vessel for having all of us artists here. There's nothing like this community, so I'm very appreciative of the support.
Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to have you here. So we're going to transition once again to the next segment.
Next segment is me. All right, looks like we'll be going over to Richelle Leigh here to send her off, and Bryce will be over there with her. So Richelle is a residency jewelry, I call her. So she has a studio next door. She does a lot of repairs, silver, gold. She works in all metals and gemstones, and we're really, really happy to have her here. Somebody asked about the prices for Arlene's originals. So everything should be on the website, but the originals are $275, and they're all mixed media, and they're framed. Always open.
Hey, Richelle.
Hi.
Good to be back with you.
Yeah.
So I just have one question to wrap up. How does it make you feel to be part of the Brain Vessel family?
I'm really happy to be here, and I'm grateful, and I love everybody here. It's good to be around other people regularly, because usually I've over the years been working literally by myself.
It's a solitary art form, right?
Yeah. So I really have enjoyed my time here, and I'm really grateful to everybody at Brain Vessel.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We'll pass it back over.
Back to me. All right. This is kind of where we're doing a ping pong game where we watch the cameraman go back and forth, back and forth. So I believe Mike and Jamie are we're gonna send them off and see what their progress report is, as Kaylin would say. So as things are winding down here, I just want to mention that this was a lot of fun, and obviously it was a learning experience for everyone. So, you know, when we started to put this on, we weren't sure exactly how it was going to go. I'm very happy with how it goes. We may have had some glitches, but we learned from those mistakes. And just like the last two live feeds that we did, every time we did it, we stepped it up. So think about this. Next time we watch a live performance from us, we're going to step it up. We're going to make sure that all things are working properly within our means, and we know the different things that can happen. So for now, I'm going to take you over to Kaylin. She's with Mike and Jamie.
All right, so we'll come back for the last time with Mike and Jamie. So is there anything you would like to add about your final products?
I did some goblets. Jamie did some pendants and marbles. And I'd like to say that Doug always steps it up here at Brain Vessel. So thank you, Doug. I think this is a wrap. I think this is awesome. These came out pretty nicely. They're pretty durable. I'm happy with them. Is there anything you'd like to add?
We're glad to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
we have to have some classes as soon as this is all over.
I agree with you.
So then we're going to move on to, I think, Janet. So thank you once again. It was
Yes,
really
thank
good
you.
having
Thank you for having us. It was
Yeah,
great.
No problem.
All right. Hi, Janet. How are you? They're going to walk over and interview you, you know. So Janet teaches some classes here. She does inks and drinks, which is a really fun coaster class. You get 4 coasters that you can do. You can buy some trivets as well. The coaster class, I believe, or the inks and drinks, I believe, is a $40 class, and we offer that with tea service and desserts. That is when we are able to congregate again. Obviously, we can't do that now, unfortunately, because we really enjoy having classes with Janet. So, Kaylin, take it away.
All right, so for our final time with Janet here, so she's done some progress. So do you want to explain what you've done?
Well, I finished a daisy, and I haven't quite finished the forget-me-nots yet, but I'm pretty close.
Is there anything else you have planned to maybe add on some new things?
Just a couple leaves, and then they'll go in the box, and they'll be done.
All right, nice. Is there anything you would like to add before we transition?
Just reiterating what everybody else has said, that I really appreciate Brain Vessel. It's just such a welcoming community of people, and they do always step it up. And I want to thank everybody who's watching, because we need to support each other, and small business is definitely worth supporting.
That is correct, especially in our struggle right now.
Yeah.
All right, so next we're going to have John Carraher, as far as I'm concerned. So, thank you. Here you go. All right, so for our last segment with John Carraher, we decided we're going to talk about this other piece. So, John, take it away.
All right. So this piece here is called The Dragon of Dartmoor, and it's kind of funny because pretty much exactly 2 years ago, my wife and I were in Cornwall, England, on a trip, and we were in a lot of different forests and things that were, you could literally walk into this scene and see this. So this brings back a lot of really neat memories, and there's so much magic in that land, and so there was a ton of inspiration that I got to create this piece with.
Nice. So how long did this one take, since it's pretty big?
From start to finish, I think it was about 5 months and well over 100 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So then adding on to the Ren Fair, hopefully this season we're going to have a Ren Fair season. But yeah. John and a bunch of other artists are involved in that, so just wanted to add that. Is there anything you would like to add about that?
I hope that it can happen this year. I don't know, but we're looking to continue on with that and go bigger and better with everything. So really excited about that, and I love working with the whole Brain Vessel team, and everyone's, including yourself, have always gone above and beyond and just have done a lot of really great things, and so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining us. So now we're going to move on to the closing statements. Thank you guys again for coming to the live stream.
All right. John, thank you for saying that. That's very nice. Love working with you as well. So I wanted to mention about the adults or children. I think they're a unit, like one size fits all, I believe. However, as I look at it, I believe that you could cinch these a little bit and tie them. I had one of these and it was a little loose, so I just tied the back of it, but they're very comfortable. And there's a bunch of different patterns. So looks like we'll be going here to Chance for his wrap up and his final send off. So Chance, take it away.
Hey Chance, good to be back with you. So we didn't quite give you enough time to finish the piece you were working on tonight, but let's just wrap up with what's it meant to you to be part of the Brain Vessel family?
Well, being part of Brain Vessel just is such an open community of artists, and I feel very respected to be with this gallery and how far that I've come, especially with Doug and Sherry being so accommodating to give me advice, how to promote my sales. I've even got my stuff on the website along with everyone else here, so I feel very, very nice and to have myself here.
So how else have you grown since you've been here?
well, my sales have definitely gone up. Publicity's been pretty good, and they're a well-known business, and that's good. I get my popularity from here, and I respect that.
That's awesome. Great to hear. Well, thanks for talking to us and showing your work tonight.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, man.
Okay.
All right, this is the last time I think you're going to see me here in front of this camera. So we have 2 other videos coming up and some final credits. I want to thank everyone that was for part of this. You know, during the interviews that we were doing with Bryce, it was really interesting because I wasn't necessarily listening to what was going on. I was hearing things here and there. And just the words and the things that the artists have to say about what we do makes me want to do it more. It's very passionate. I'm not going to get emotional, but it is one of those things where I put a lot into this, and our team, my business partner, my wife, my daughter, who just did an absolutely amazing job. Everyone did, and I want to thank, I want to thank everyone. This has been a whole lot of fun, and all I have to say is that the next time, watch out. It's going to be even better. So we have the final statements, or weather the storm videos. You know, together we will weather the storm. We came up with that, and it really is a storm. It's a very complex situation that we're in, and it affects everyone. It's not just it's everyone. So being all affected by this, I think it's important that we all come together, and why not join it together with art and music. I can't wait for opening the doors up again and letting people in to experience what we've created over the last 5 years. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a good night. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Camp Hill, and I'm a customer. Together, we'll weather this storm.
Hi, I'm Richelle from Meddled With Botanical Jewelry, and together we'll weather this storm.
Maureen Joyce Artworks here, taking a break from my studio work. Don't forget, together we'll weather this storm.
I'm Janet Mckelvey, stained glass artist and instructor. We're going through a really challenging time right now, but together we will weather this storm.
Tom Glaze, watercolor artist. Together we'll weather the storm.
Together we'll weather the storm.
Together we'll weather the storm.
Together we'll weather this storm.
Together, we'll weather the storm.
Together, we'll weather the storm.